My name is Raj Rattan. I'm the Burke Professor of Neurology at Cornell. I'm very fortunate to have been funded by the Hartman Foundation to try to develop a group of clinically approved drugs that can act as antioxidants in defeating the ravages of oxidative stress in Parkinson's disease. Many of these drugs are really targeted at a specific pathway involved in adaptation to hypoxia, and the pathway involves 70 to 100 genes, and we think has the opportunity to accomplish what otherwise it would take 70 or 100 drugs to accomplish. So we're very grateful to the Hartman Foundation for their support.
So my name is Serge Przedborski from Columbia University, and I'm a neuroscientist and clinician working on the neurobiology of Parkinson's disease, and our main interest is to try to understand what are the mechanisms that are responsible for the death of dopaminergic neurons. And today, and with the support of the Hartman Foundation, we particularly concentrate on studying the role of inflammation in the death of dopaminergic neurons.
I'm Cliff Saper at Harvard Medical School and Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Boston, and the project that we're working on is one where we're trying to understand what happens in the brain in something called REM behavior disorder, an unusual disorder where people act out their dreams. And this disorder turns out to be the earliest sign of Parkinson's disease in many people. We want to understand the circuitry in the brain that goes wrong in REM behavior disorder and see if we can predict which patients will develop Parkinson's disease so that we can start neuroprotective therapy early.
Okay, I'm David Chan from the California Institute of Technology, and we're interested in understanding the role of mitochondrial dynamics in Parkinson's disease. There's a lot of evidence that mitochondrial dynamics is involved in Parkinson's disease, and we've developed some mouse models to look at mitochondrial dynamics in dopaminergic neurons.
Okay. I'm Michael Kaplan, and I am an associate professor and vice chairman for research in the Department of Neurological Surgery at Weill Cornell Medical Center. I specialize in surgical treatment of Parkinson's disease for patients with advanced Parkinson's, and I also have a large laboratory interest in causes and potential new treatments for Parkinson's disease. What we are doing with our Hartman Foundation support is exploring a new area, trying to understand how mitochondria, which are the energy-producing factories of the cell, might influence sensitivity to developing Parkinson's disease. And specifically, we have been looking at bacteria, which are the evolutionary parents of mitochondria, to see what proteins in bacteria influence survival of bacteria, to try to see how they may help mitochondria. And what we've been doing now is looking at these proteins in the mitochondria, and we have found that, in fact, several of these proteins that seem to influence bacterial survival also are important for mitochondrial health and seem to prevent the death of dopamine cells when they're exposed to toxins. And what we're doing in the future with the funding is trying to understand how this is working so we can develop new therapies, whether they're drugs or gene therapies or other therapies, to try to improve these systems, these naturally occurring systems in the cell, to help improve both mitochondrial function and health, to reduce the production or the consequence of toxins in the cell, and ultimately to prevent the loss of cells in Parkinson's disease, to prevent the disease itself.